Welcome back, travelers, to Legendary Lore, and this is the last episode before Midnight Hunt starts. So if you've been waiting for it, it's finally coming. We're sorry, but we're not, because we're going to be talking today about the Nameless Angel, and this is going to be kind of a general discussion of the past few weeks that we've just gone through. So first up, let's go ahead and just talk about what this is all about. The Angel of Flight Alabaster. So that was from, I want to say, Dark Ascension, the original.
Oh, no, this is the Innistrad base set.
It was Innistrad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is from the very first set, Innistrad. Thank you, Joe. Great eye. The Angel of Flight Alabaster is shown here. She endures without avison, but secretly asks each soul she guides if it has seen her. And what that really shows is this is an angel during the time where avison is trapped in the Hell Vault, which is really cool, because the person who made this, Howard Lyon, wanted to create a story. Obviously, this isn't necessarily what they planned out because they didn't know everything else going on, but they kind of just rolled with it as it goes on. So then we have Avison has returned. And it says, better the dead depart utterly than be enslaved. On the card,
This is Angel of Finality.
Yes. Now, if you look at the Angel of Finality, this one, when it comes in, exiles all cards from a player's graveyard, while the Angel of Flight Alabaster was the one that would come in and return a spirit from the graveyard to your hand. So one of them was guiding spirits. This one is basically just completely eradicating any chance of those spirits coming back, stopping the Geists. Howard Lyon then released a new card called Flameblade Angel, which is crazy. Now, what's cool is that these last two both appear in Shadows over Innistrad. And the Flameblade Angel, as you can see here, has completely lost their mind. You must pay for your sin in blood. This specifically is the intro pack variant of the artwork, and is basically, it shows that same angel from the Flight Alabaster has completely gone off the deep end because of the whole deal with the madness. And then we have the final piece of art, Clip Wings. It is a grim duty to save the world from those created to protect it. And here we have her basically her wings are being clipped. She's being captured. Not necessarily killed, because otherwise they would show her being killed. Obviously it says each opponent attacks a creature with flying, but that's mechanics. At no point is this angel's name said, though the artist has named her Isobel.
Howard Lyon got his OC into a set.
That's times when you're an artist. So basically what that means is this is technically a nameless angel. And because we're not really given anything for the Nameless Angel, we could actually say this is the story of the Nameless Angel that got where she was. Because her whole deal in these cards, the first two at least, are working with spirits. Which is what
we just worked with in Children of the Nameless.
Yes. So
which is cool, should I say, that we actually got spirits as an antagonist force there. Because like they've always been a force around Innistrad, but we've never had them as like the main thing attacking.
That is a good point. Children of the Nameless, fantastic story. Tasenda, one of my number one wants for a planeswalker, partially because I'm sure she'd be Naya. If not, she'd be probably Boros, and we don't have any non-angry planeswalkers. Okay, we have a few, but you get the idea when it comes to red. We had a whole episode about that a while back. But the idea of a planeswalker bard is really cool to me, because Johnny kind of fits that role of the guy who pumps the team, but at the same time I don't think he's enough of that. He's more a mentor of heroes than he is like a person who actually can sing and give strength.
I would love to see Tasenda as a planeswalker. We don't have a bard planeswalker because we don't count Eliwick Tumblestrom. That's not a Magic character. That's a D&D character.
That's a great point. I wasn't even thinking of Eliwick. Yeah,
because also she's an awful bard because her mechanics don't fit into her color, because Esper is where you want to go for. That's mechanics. We're talking about lore right now. Tasenda would be such a good bard, and yeah, Johnny doesn't fit it too well because he's the heroic intervention. If his pumping's not going well enough, he's going to go smacky with his brother's axe and his best friend's cloak.
Yeah, and a cool thing is that Davriel has a whole bunch of things connected to him that as well as a whole lot of things that are mysterious about him. We don't know what his home plane is. We don't know, well, like what if the entities involved in this whole deal are part of either the Spark itself or if they create the spark, or if these are just more vocal versions of what a spark is. There's a whole bunch of different things that go into that.
How did Davriel get to Ravnica?
So basically, Davriel's whole deal is that he wanted to be left alone. And the reason he would wind up on Ravnica is the same reason as everybody else, just the lights themselves pulsating in such a way that they were basically hypnotized into coming there, lured there, because it's interesting. And I mean, Davriel would probably see it as a fun diversion, just to see a bunch of lights in the sky and be like, okay, yeah, let's see what that's about. If they don't look dangerous or bothersome, if it just looks like fun, he'd go for it. Of course, that said, he does wind up having to work with Tybalt to control a horde of devils and demons, which is really cool, but that's just how that goes. Also, I wonder how Dust Willow tea tastes for him to have gone through so much trouble just to get it.
It sounds amazing, right?
It does. It sounds so good.
Also, after Davriel, how we were talking about how we want to do a video of Marvel characters as colors?
Mm-hmm.
It has completely convinced me that Tony Stark would be a flip card and Grixis, but not exactly Grixis, because he would be mono black human on the front, and then Iron Man would be red blue.
You're not entirely wrong. It really depends on which version of Tony Stark and which time in his life he is.
Because Tony Stark does progress a lot, but I'm thinking like originally Tony Stark turns into Iron Man. He was a mono black human, if not red black.
Red. Yeah, he's definitely got the red black hedonist angle going.
And then he goes red blue as Iron Man because he uses all his brain. He's always had the brain power, but like it's Iron Man.
Yeah, and I'd say he's red blue by the end. Red blue, I wouldn't consider him to be mono white. He does sacrifice himself in the end, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's white. I do think he is solidly in the red blue.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another thing entirely that we could have entire series on. If people are interested in that, leave that in the comments.
Please let us know. That I guess this is also partially an advertising video. This is a weird in between, but it's a good one.
It's a little all over the place. But
give us your thoughts too. It's like a discussion for all of us.
We have done some color coding episodes. We did some on Pokemon and we did some on Powerpuff Girls because that was requested. But yeah.
Wasn't part of these?
No, you weren't.
What's happening?
Those actually took a lot of effort to get done because I needed to do a lot of research, but it's worth it because I'm able to make really fun videos out of them. So yeah, Joe, go ahead and close this out.
Well, thank you guys so much for sitting through this with us. Please stick around and subscribe. We are getting to Midnight Hunt. We know it's a while after the set. We know it's probably a while after the Commander game. I probably gave that to Ricky somewhere along here. I don't know when he's going to post it, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
So if you want to see Ricky have a Ace Attorney level breakdown over a Commander game, go ahead and check that out.